Hey, welcome back to another tutorial. If you haven't subscribed, please do so now. Alrighty then, so let's continue with the invite section of our website. So what we want to do here is when we click the invite button, we invite this person to our group. Okay, so the invite can be done by anybody, but then at least they should be a member of the group. So that is one requirement at least. So let me come back here and let's make sure that the people that can do this are at least members. Okay, so let's come to our pages here and let me look for invites. Yes, there we go. Okay, so there's no restriction here on the invite. It's just the button that is restricted, right? So let me go to the where is this? The group.php, and let me find where the invite button is. Okay, so this is the only restriction we have here. So I will copy this. And then I come to group content invite. So right here, where this is, I will put I'll put that PHP code there to make sure that only a member can do this. And then I will put an end if here. And if, close that tag, duplicate that, and because I want to put an else here, like so. And so inside this else, I want to put a message of some kind. So I'll just say, you are not allowed to, I think a better message will be, you must be a member to invite others. Okay, there we go. So that sorts it out. Let's make sure we haven't broken anything. So refresh and we're good to go. Okay, so if you can see this, you are obviously at least a member. But now we want to be able to click. In fact, before I do this, before I go on to here, there's one thing we need to change here. And this is the access over here. So these are not supposed to even be here, edit access. Let me go to members right there. So this is the one here. Only the admin should see, should be able to change access. And because this is the same if statement, we can simply copy to that one. So let's go down here and look for user, not request, but member user group member.inc. So this is the one right here where there's, what are the words here? Let's see what the value is. There's remove and there's edit access. So only the admin should have access to this. So we'll paste that there and then we will change that to admin, like so. Okay, so that works out well. And let's put our end if right there. End if. Okay, so and just like that, we have, let me push all that inside. Okay, so very good. Now only the admin can do this. So we should put this as well, even after they click. Okay, so far so good. Let me see now, refresh. I still see it because I am one of the admins. So that is okay. We'll test it with a different user here. But let's go back to invite. And now we want to be able to invite. Now, the idea of inviting is once we click on invite, it's supposed to take us to another page where it prepares the invite and then we are brought back here. But then when we come back here, it should show that this user was already invited or something. The button must be disabled or something, just so you cannot invite somebody who is already invited. Okay, so here what I will do is, let's one moment here. Okay, so in the file here which has this invite, there's a link here which we already established. Now the link has to go to an invite page, so invite.php. Now we don't have that page yet, so what we're going to do is create a new one, of course. So new file here inside my book, and it's always a good idea to copy what you already have. So for example, things like returning to the previous page, we already have something that does that, which is the like.php, which is also the join.php, same thing. So let's go to join.php here for a second. Okay, so this one, join. So that is similar to what we actually need. So I shall copy everything here. Hold on a second. Go to the new file, save, paste and save. So this one is invite.php. Bloop. Okay, so it has the return data, so that we return where we came from. It checks if we are logged in, and though it doesn't limit anything here. So now the thing is, for security reasons, somebody could simply type in a URL and then get to this page and actually invite someone. But so if you want to restrict that, you could put the if statement, which is right here. So I'm just going to copy that if statement in there, and copy, go back to invite.php, so that right here we can put that if statement. Okay, like so, and then move that down here. So the header.location should be outside the if statement, because we're supposed to be redirected no matter what. So push that like so. Okay, so this is a way to make sure that only members are able to do this. But you see, inviting someone to a group might not be such a critical thing, but it's always good to be safe. So we put that there. The only thing now is, instead of a join group, let's create another one which says invite _to, something like this. So group class invite to group. Okay, so let's leave it there for now because we don't have that. Now let's go back to where the is it member, the one that has the invite. So let's go down here, user group, user invite. I think that's the one, if I am not mistaken. So this one, invite, right there. I should have put an INC there for include, but you can do that on your own project. So there's the invite button. So we want to see what's here. So there's invite, and then there's group ID, and then there's the person you're inviting. So let me come back here for a second in invite.php. So me is equal to this, group ID is equal to group ID. So group ID is indeed the first thing there, but then there's the user ID there on the number 2. So I'm going to duplicate this part here, and then I'll say user ID, and then put 2 here, 2 and 2, like so. So now I have all those 3 items here. There's the group ID, there's the user ID, and then there's the me. Now group data over here is going to be undefined, because here we're trying to see if this person is actually a group member for them to be able to do that. Okay, So since we are going to be using a group class here, we might as well use it above here to get the record of the group that we need, because we do have a group ID here. Okay, so then we can get group ID, move it up there as well. Okay, so now that we have a group ID there, and let me add slashes here just to oh, actually maybe it's already done on the other side, so I'll leave it at that. So now let's go to group.php. So I want to see where we're getting group data from, and group data is coming from here, which is get group, and then there we go. So I'm going to copy this code right there, copy that, come back to invite.php, and then paste the code right there. So what I want to do here is get group data. Okay, so the row of the group itself. So if group get group, and group ID is there, which is this one, so instead I will replace that with this, because we're already checking if it exists there. And then if it's array, group data is equal to that. Okay, that way group data is set when we get here. All right, so looking good. I think that does it. The only thing is we don't have this this function here inside the group class, and what we're supposed to give it is, first of all, the group ID, and then the user ID, and then the one who is inviting. So here we have the group that they're invited to, the one who is being invited, and the one who is inviting. Okay,